Yo, what's up guys? Midnight Osiris here, and I'm with KG Skippy.
Hello, everyone.
And today, we're going to talk about the price of games. So I was thinking about this recently, and I don't think games that don't have a multiplayer system should cost $60.
Yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where everything is expected to have multiplayer, and then whenever it doesn't, then people are getting screwed.
Yeah, it's not always that they're getting screwed though. Like, I look at games like Call of Duty, and you can put so many hours into that game, to the point where when it comes down to it, you're paying pennies on the hour, cause you put frickin' 60 days into that game. I don't put 60 days into Call of Duty.
Yeah. But how many hours do you think you put in?
I only put 6 days into Black Ops.
Okay, yeah, I've put in, I think, 6 days. I think I put in 8 days onto Black Ops. Yeah. And then I think I put 12 into Modern Warfare 2. So, you can really, honestly, you could do a whole game just have multiplayer and nothing else, and I think a lot of people would be
That's
happy.
Basically what Call of Duty is. Games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, they're sold completely on their multiplayer. Nobody is sitting there talking about their story. Even game reviewers don't really talk about the story in Call of Duty or in Battlefield.
This is very true.
They cover it briefly, but the big selling point is the multiplayer. When there's a difference though, because when you're dealing with FPSs, that's the thing to buy. When you're dealing with sports games, multiplayer is a big thing in sports games.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with RPGs, that's a completely different aspect.
Right, right.
An RPG with a nice, big, long story, like anything made by Bethesda, that's a $60 game.
Mm-hmm. I can completely agree with that.
People have put so many hours into games like Morrowind and Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls series, that, it's worth well over $60. I think $60 games need to be games that you can put time in and have replayability, a replayability value to them.
Right. I mean, and then we can look at Hawken, which we think, as far as we can tell, is going to be it'll be a downloadable game, and it's going to be cheaper because it's only going to have multiplayer.
Right. Hawken, for those of you who don't know, is self-defined as a mech combat FPS, and it's basically like a futuristic robotic FPS, and it's multiplayer only. What they said they were going to do is they were going to look at making it downloadable content only, and put it at a lower price than box games. That's a very good idea. That's a really, really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're having to spend, $60 on a game, you can only buy, 1 or 2 games a year because of it.
Yeah, most, as far as I know, especially a lot of people who play Call of Duty, they're not on, standard income, they're not on a set income, and a lot of them are, they're under the age where they can have a job and have a steady income. So they get a lot of money from their parents, and $60 a game, that's a pretty hefty price. So you're only buying 2-3 games a year, maybe one for Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, you're really not getting, all that you want out of it, so.
Yeah, but again, games like Oblivion, Elder Scrolls series, RPGs, they're fine. They're completely fine with me. But there's this Metal Gear Solid game that's coming out. This new one that's coming out, and it's I can't even really describe it. But I don't think a game like that is worth $60. It's so linear and very linear storyline, very set, and probably pretty short. With no multiplayer whatsoever. I don't think it's worth $60.
No. I mean, the only games that I think would be worth $60 right now are probably the COD series, just because of how much time you can put into them.
Right.
The big RPG developers games, Skyrim and Mass Effect 3. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you can probably throw Battlefield in there too, just because it's, it's in the same area of COD, but just because you can put so much time into it.
I honestly don't know why people stand for it,
Because, honestly, because they really don't have anything to stand for. I mean, what are developers going to do? It's just going to be thrown out the window whenever people try to talk about it.
Well, it's not the developer that sets the price. From what I've heard, it's the producer. Because I remember when Modern Warfare 2 was coming out with the Resurgence map pack and the first map pack that they put out. Everybody was complaining because they added, what was it, $2 to the price? Or the maps were like $15 now as opposed to the normal 10.
Right.
And everybody got pissed off. Everybody was pissed off. And they were saying on their forums, they don't set the price to the map packs, Activision does.
Right. I mean, Activision really screws people over by the time, because, I mean, usually there's 3 map packs, I think, that they have scheduled for. That's $45 right there. I mean, that's almost the cost of another game.
But again, when you're dealing with the Call of Duty series, it's almost, that price is like non-existent.
But see, I don't think the maps really should be worth that much, because you can get just as much gameplay out of, the without having the map packs.
I think downloadable content is worth as much as you want it to be worth. If you don't think that extra content is worth $15, you don't fucking buy it. You don't need to buy it. Well, that's all we have on the price of games. But
yes, sir.
See you guys later. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next video.
And come back for another midnight rant.